Oh my god.
G'day everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm flying Jetstar from Singapore to Melbourne in business class. This is the concluding sector of my very first international flight since the dreaded sea took over our lives. If you want to watch the inbound flight, you can click here or search for it in the travel playlist. I took this flight with my mother and we had a most enjoyable time in this amazing island nation. Suffice to say, Jetstar would have to recalibrate their Dreamliner and take the added weight I put on during my foodie vacay. To those of you who are new, I'm Tim and I mainly make travel, food, vlogging, lifestyle content. If you're interested, you can always hit me up on one of these social media networks. For tonight's flight, our departure gate is C13. We didn't visit any other lounges like Priority Pass or Qantas Club this evening as we maximised our time at the Jewel instead. Even though I visited Singapore so many times, even having worked here in past 10 years, but also transited through Changi tens of times in the past. However, I've never visited Jewel. If you have the opportunity, please do visit. To those who are not familiar with Jetstar, they are an Australian low-cost carrier. On their Dreamliner 787 aircrafts, they do have their take on business class. I will share with you what it's like to fly business class on a LCC. When flying business class on Jetstar, you do get some little extras, like priority boarding, 30 kilograms of check-in baggage allowance and 2x7 kilogram cabin bags. Seats are also a little larger in a 2x3x2 configuration in 3 rows. You can also pre-select your seats, and in our case, we selected seats 2A and 2C. More like a domestic Qantas business or international premium economy seat, Jetstar's business seat boasts a 38-inch pitch and a width of 20 inches. At each seat is a comfort pack comprising a small pillow, blanket, which you can take home and use as a throw, or in my case, a travel blanket for my dog. This is the part of the vacay I hate the most, having to wait for the plane to push back. Now, as a general rule, I usually do a kick test to show you how much room we have, but not tonight. I discovered that I was kicking the AVOD box underneath the seat in front of me. In the seat pocket in front of you, basic standard paraphernalia. I don't know about anyone else, but I actually really enjoy reading the safety instructions for various airlines and seeing how they interpret their graphics and the animation. Maybe I'm just weird that way. Of course, it wouldn't be an airline without your bog standard spew bag. Nothing special about this, but all I will say is that if I did have to vomit, it wouldn't hold much in. You do have a little side table / tray for your drinks. Now, this is what I love the most, individual air vents. Many airlines are doing away with these, and for someone who runs hot, this is very much welcomed. With the in-seat screens, they're not too large, but not a problem considering how close you're sitting to it. I would like to make a note that the pack sitting in front of Mum refused to bring his seat up during the meal service times, and the cabin crew didn't speak to him either. The only black mark on an otherwise stellar flight. Boarding almost complete, meaning my little sojourn to this foodie country is coming to a close. One area where Jetstar shines and excels is in the service department. I found the cabin crew to be professional, friendly, and just darn a pleasure to fly with. Who doesn't enjoy bubbles before takeoff? I like to tell you what winery or vintage this is, but I wouldn't have a clue. All I can tell you is that it's definitely sparkling wine, as I seriously doubt JQ would serve champagne. To give you a concept of space, I'm just a smidge under 180 centimeters. Might just be easy to say 178 centimeters. So there's decent legroom, especially if I didn't have my backpack in front of me. Now, for tonight's flight, we'll serve a light evening snack and breakfast. Our first meal consists of a chicken salad or gnocchi, carrot cake, and some sourdough and butter. What happened to plain white bread? I love sourdough, but sometimes I just want a goddamn white bread. Is it just me, or am I just asking for the world? For alcoholic and non-alcoholic bevies, they have an enviable selection at no charge. All included. Don't forget, JQ is a low-cost carrier. A bottle of water was provided after our wine glasses were removed. As you can tell, the seat is somewhat on the age side. You have 2 buttons, one to lift the footrest and the other to recline the seat. I should add that it took all my strength to push the seat back and then to raise it again. I had to help Mum as she didn't have the strength and her arthritis also didn't help. Jetstar branded noise cancelling headphones can be found in the seat pocket. I normally prefer to use my personal Bose headsets, but seeing as I didn't bring them on this flight, I decided to try these on. Not easy to unravel when you've got a big honking camera in one hand. Just before anyone asks, these headphones are not complimentary. You are not to take them home. I know it's silly, but some people have asked me this in past videos. Now, something to note, even if you did take them home, they are the old 3-pronged pin connectors, which means that you are unlikely to be able to use these headphones at home. If you want your own noise cancelling headphones, buy your own. Bose are superior. It's pushback time. It means that the holiday is over and we are homebound. Pushback is on time this evening. I'm going to apologize in advance as my GoPro Hero 10 really struggles in low light situations. So the taxiing and takeoff is going to be, well, pretty much what you're seeing. So it's not going to be that visually appealing, but the sound is there. So if you do want to skip, I'm going to provide the time code to move on to the next clip. I also would like to apologize that I didn't record the landing into Melbourne Tullamarine Airport. For some odd reason, the video files or the digital files got corrupted when I tried to copy them onto my computer, and I unfortunately lost them. So I'm sorry, such a noob. for the obligatory toilet video. This is your bog standard, see what I did there? 787 economy toilet. You've got hot and cold sensor taps, hand wash, tissues. This is obviously not a squat toilet, it's for your toot. If you've got a baby, this is the change table. A handle if you've, like me, put on way too much weight, need help to get up. This is a smoke detector, do not tamper with it, it's very sensitive. And 2 coat racks. The tray table can be found in your armrest in business class seats. As you can see, it is old school. However, it's sufficiently large and very easy to move around. Now, if you're working on a laptop, this is probably suitable to hold up the weight of any traditional standard 15.6-inch laptop. I think anything bigger, you'll find that it's going to bow from the weight. In the middle console of this seat are universal power points and USB points as well, if you want to charge your devices. Now, seeing as food and drink is complimentary on this flight, there's no need for us to look at this menu, which is more for the economy passengers. I don't normally watch AVOD or in-flight entertainment, only because I find looking out the window to be the best entertainment on an aircraft. And seeing as I haven't been on a plane for a while, I do nothing but look out the window. However, if I have to use the entertainment in an aircraft, I will just put on the flight map. But for the sake of you, I'm going to show you some of the programs available on Jetstar Business Class in January 2022. Inbound passenger cards were promptly handed out, and I thought I'd get a start on it and fill it out before arrival. Hands up anyone else who struggles with filling these in mid-flight. Mealtime, and we start off with a salty pretzel, yum. And my non-alcoholic drink of choice is always a dry ginger ale. I just find the effervescence to be really uplifting. Yes, this is what a salty pretzel looks like close up. Of course, no one's ever seen one before, so I thought I'd show you.
That's what I said, we shouldn't have taken
The light snack is served. Now, I selected the roast chicken salad. It comes on a bed of fried rice with a bit of mesclun salad, sourdough bread, butter, real butter, and a carrot cake for something sweet after. Let me tell you, it is a struggle to try to open things up with one hand whilst you're filming with a big honking camera. Looking at this chicken, you're thinking, oh my goodness, it looks so dry, it's going to be horrible to eat, it's going to be tough. And you'd be correct. It was absolutely like eating chicken leather. It wasn't pleasant at all. I don't know why I said my Doc Martens, because I've never eaten Doc Martens before. Now, the rice and salad made up for it. It was flavorful, it wasn't overly seasoned, it was just right. Pity about the chicken. I know I've said this before, I like sourdough, but sometimes I just feel like I want something basic, like just plain white bread. Mum had the gnocchi, and she said it was absolutely delicious. However, she was absolutely stuffed, so she couldn't eat it, and I found it to be a little too dense and heavy for me as well, so we unfortunately had to leave it. Oh, now this was the hero dish, the carrot cake. Oh, it was so damn good. That cream cheese icing, oh, icing on the cake, literally so good. After the light snack and a few hours of slumber, it was time for breakfast. You cannot fault Jetstar for overfeeding you. Instead of a hot cooked breakfast, I elected to have the bakery platter, which is a chocolate pan and a croissant. Seeing as I was going to be starting keto the day after I landed, I thought I'd max out on my carbs. Oh, it's that sourdough again. And coffee is much needed. Coffee is life. The winner, the hero of breakfast was this passion fruit muffin. OMG, singularly the most delicious muffin slash cupcake I've eaten in a very, very long time. If you're an aviation nut and you're watching this and you're thinking, what the heck are we watching? Why are we watching some Asian guy eating food on a plane? Well, my channel is actually about travel and food, so suck it up. It's delicious. Oh, speaking of delicious, this passion fruit muffin was everything. It was so moist. It had a passion fruit curd in the center, which gave it a bit of bite and sweetness. It was sublime. I've said this before and I'm going to say it again. Australia is beautiful. We are the lucky country. One of my favorite airlines is Singapore Airlines, and I find them all around the world in business, first, and suites. And they don't give you an amenities pack in business. However, Jetstar does, and it's half decent. Well done, Jetstar. Oh, I can never tire of this view. Bloody beautiful.
If you are in business class, we ask that you stow your footrest. If you have an in-arm personal television screen, this must also be stowed. Place your belongings either under the seat in front of you or into an overhead locker. The windows will be automatically set and locked to the clear setting. We ask that you take a moment to review the location of your nearest exits.
I'm so sorry if you are waiting for a landing video. For some reason, my GoPro 10 decided to crack it. It recorded it, but I cannot watch and edit that footage. I'm so sorry.
Of infants and children travelling with you is now fastened. The cabin crew team will now be seated for landing. Thank you.
See you later. Thank you.
Welcome to Melbourne Tullamarine International Airport. Even though I loved my time in Singapore, it is so good to come home. Now, unfortunately, due to my work and Gogglebox filming commitments, I won't be filming international content for the next little bit. I'll be focusing primarily on domestic Australian travel and experiences. However, once I wrap up season 15 of Gogglebox, I will be returning to Singapore on Singapore Airlines, flying business class on their Airbus 350, and then connecting to Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia on their 737-8. Ex-Silk Air aircraft, so that's going to be fun. So excited for that foodie extravaganza in Malaysia. So for now, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate it if you hit that like button and leave a comment. If you're new to my channel and you enjoy my content, I would really appreciate it if you hit subscribe and the bell notification and select all button. Thank you all so much, take care and see you next video. Hooroo!